Oh, I should also... Oh, never mind.
Welcome back, everyone, to Blast the Process 2, where we raise Sega awareness. That was a great Gunstar Heroes race, and now we have D4gr0n, who provided commentary for that race, doing another run, doing the Revenge of Shinobi.
Yes, the ever so difficult Revenge of Shinobi. Most do remember how incredibly difficult this game is, and my first time ever playing this was during a special competition that Speed Gaming held some months ago, called, and it involved the Sega Classic Collections that was released months ago. And then I said at the end of that how I was drawn to this game and a number of others, and well, now I hold the world record in it, so the story speaks for itself. So traditionally in this game, you can select however many shurikens you want. I mean, there's really no set default that you have to. You're not encouraged to like start with 0 shurikens or whatnot. So we top runners just start with 90 so that we can ensure the fastest possible run. And difficulty actually does not matter, actually, in terms of speed. And I guess I'll talk about that more as the run goes. So, time usually begins when we gain control of Joe Musashi. So, and we will get started here in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. As I proceed to get hit immediately. So, first big thing of note, this power-up. We are going to try to carry this power-up for the entirety of the game. You'll notice he actually does this little sort of stance where he's just holding a couple kunai right in front of him. This actually deflects projectiles if you maintain this posture as you go forward. You're also going to notice me do a number of body boosts in this, and this actually does not do damage to me, like projectiles will. Also, this power-up I contain, I lose it if I take any sort of damage. So, a good comparable would be yesterday's run with Sparkster and the Fire Sword, which I did. And you'll see me take the body boost there. You have some invincibility after taking a body boost, so I actually don't take damage to the bamboo spikes here. As far as actual controls, you have a jump, you have a physical attack, or sorry, not a physical attack, the kunai throw. Oh, nice. Actually gonna get rid of you. And then, of course, you have the ninjutsu, which I'll go into a little bit later. Double jumping in this game is very, very tight. It's a very tight window to actually perform your double jump. And considering some pretty precise platforming that will occur in the next level, that's kind of scary. While performing the double jump, though, you'll notice that spray and pray I just did here. That is something you can also rapid tap for some extra kunai to be thrown, just straight downward. And now, level 2 is one of the big mental blocks for most newer runners. I have to do this part pretty precisely to get the exact log patterns I want. That's a good one. Allows me to get up there without having to stop moving right. And it also sets up for a good pattern on the next section here, coming up with more logs falling down these waterfalls. And there's pits. There is pits in this screen here. But that was very, very well handled. So yeah, I mean, once you become comfortable enough with the double jump, the run gets a little easier to kind of ease your way into. This screen in particular is not really noteworthy, but the boss coming up is pretty noteworthy, and there is a quick kill associated with him. And I mentioned about the spray and pray attack, which you do after performing a double jump. You're going to see me press the fire button continuously to knock out all these shadow clones this ninja in the dance room is going to have. and then I'll proceed to kill him with a sword swipe. So that was pretty much the quick kill on that guy in a nutshell. Now, the military base here is actually our first introduction to alternating between foreground and background. You'll notice a whole bunch of enemies here that actually don't damage me as I walk past their fire and their bodies themselves. This is because every time you perform a double jump, you alternate between the foreground and the background. Certain enemies are in the foreground, other enemies are in the background. How I move here is pretty much calculated so I do not take any damage. Now, this screen here has some doors as stage hazards, and if they suck you out, you die instantly. So, hopefully that does not happen. And hopefully I don't take a hit here at the very end. Very nice. Okay, so... And we executed that screen perfectly. And especially keeping the power up here. We're going to kind of perform a pretty silly little quick kill here where I'm just going to proceed to walk into the boss and take no damage and just completely wreck his day. And yeah, that's how you do that fight. It's another one of the more recent quick kill setups. It was probably about a year old now, I would say. Also, I should probably... Oh, actually, okay, so first and foremost, Stage 4 here, the Junkyard, this is where you're going to see the ninjutsu come into play for the first time. We have 4 different ninjutsu, and hopefully we only see one of them. And of that one, that is Fushin, which when we pop it, allows our double jump, or allows our jumps to be higher, as well as increase the frame generosity of the double jump. You see me switch to Fushin here? And I'm going to pop it in a moment. And I'm going to need it here to get through the screen fast, so that's why we pop it. And this is a pretty tight cycle. We got it. So yeah, that crane is on a global timer, so you gotta be pretty quick about getting it. So that was very well handled. Now, another important thing I should probably talk about is, oh my god, I took a hit to this guy. Alright, this is gonna be fun. Oh, okay, well, wow, I cannot believe I actually took a damage to this guy. This is gonna be fun now. So, this is the Hulkinair, as we like to call him. He's, oh, Jesus. I'm playing really badly here. I'm not used to dealing with this without powered up kunai here. I'm just gonna wait and see if he's gonna do the charge attack again. Okay, there we go. So yeah, we call him the Hulkinair because he's disguised as the Hulk, but in reality, he's Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. And yeah, so if you're wondering, I'm playing on version 1.0, and this is the special version here. A lot of lag here I just induced. I'm just gonna take that guy out just to be safe. You want to pop Fushin here because this is yet another screen you get through real quickly, and hopefully we won't have any major hiccups after that.
I also wanted to ask about the choice of difficulty for this run.
Yep, go ahead.
So it's the hardest difficulty. What are the differences between the difficulties of this game?
Okay, so on hardest difficulty, a lot more things do more damage, and you start with 0 lives. So... And every time you actually lose all your lives on a stage, you game over and start the entire stage again. And that means if you were, say, this screen, I would have to do the previous screen from the start again. So it's pretty rough. Also, that screen is awful, and this quick kill here is very tough to get. Good start. Okay, we got it. Wow. Okay. I messed up Hulkinator, and I got the truck 2 cycle. That is the hardest quick kill in the game. I am not joking. That is very tough to get. But yeah, the difficulties, you start with 9 lives on easy mode. You take a lot less damage. You start with 3 lives, I think, on normal. And I think on hard, you start with 0 lives, but you take a lot less damage than on hardest difficulty. the easier difficulties are normally not ran because, well, it's mostly the casual percent because that's the one where you can just throw lives away like candy. Because, and I probably haven't mentioned it, but one of the ninjutsu is a suicide ninjutsu. And it does a lot of damage, but again, you lose a life for using it. And hopefully I don't have to rely on using it. But if I take damage here, you will see it. Sorry, if I take damage during train, you will see me use it on the next fight coming up, which is probably the most special fight in the game when it comes to the very first release of this game. You'll probably get a taste of it when we get there. As far as other ninjutsus, though, you have this electrical one, which is a shield, actually. And depending on how I perform on the last boss, I will probably use it. Okay, I'm going to focus here. Alright, so it looks like we're not going to actually take damage. That was very well executed train. Yeah, so it's just a couple more enemies here. And now we're going to face the boss fight. And I'm just going to let this fight speak for itself because it's pretty special. Yeah, so as you can see, Spider-Man turns into Batman there. You can probably tell that was the very first thing that got really changed in later editions of the game. So there's like multiple versions of the game. The fastest one is actually the 1.01. This is 1.00, but obviously for the sake of the marathon, we always have to choose 1.00 because of all the copyright infringement that is just clearly going on in this game. You can actually see the Rambo knockoffs there as well. Also, this jump here is really difficult. We got it. Holy crap. There's actually a faster way of doing that part, but it involves body boosting over that gigantic pit. And if you fall in there, you're dead. And you have to start the entire screen again. So, that was the risky strat I did not want to do. And, thankfully I didn't pay the price by actually messing up the jump itself, which is also pretty hard. This section here is not quite as bad. We will get to see one more special boss to end off all the kind of special bosses we've had so far here. But first we gotta get through the hazards here. If you had to use ninjutsu, there's a ninjutsu refresh right there. And there you go. Beautifully executed. So, on to the next fight. Say hello to Godzilla. Nice! Oh, God. Okay. We're going to actually pop Ikazuchi here. I did not want to take that hit. Actually going to try to avoid damage. I'm going to try to bait out that tail attack so that I can keep him at bay for a little while. Unfortunately, did not want to take damage to him, so... And sometimes this boss has a problem actually getting hits to register on him. We should be able to deal with him. There he goes. So I'm very long kunai here. This is kind of scary. I might actually take an intentional death here. Yeah, actually, I'm going to just do that. I don't want to actually deal with that low of a kunai count here. So we're just going to refresh it to 90 here. As well as refresh our ninjutsu. Actually, our ninjutsu refreshes at the beginning of the stage anyway. And I don't really mind taking a hit to Godzilla so much because there's a power-up right here, which is along the way. Just means I lose a little time to lag. This screen can be a little bit chaotic to deal with. You can see all the madness going on here. Okay, I'm just gonna... Okay, thank God. Had to sword swipe that guy in the face. You can see how scary some of these enemy positions can be. You can get knocked back and right into the water and, you know, just die instantly. It's not fun. So, but now we're past that screen and we're now into the labyrinth here, and this is pretty much a maze. But as long as you know where to go, it's always the same exact way, and it's not really challenging in any other manner. There is a really nasty room right at the end that's very luck dependent what the enemies actually do. Right at the very last point. This is the last level, by the way, so we're almost at the end of the run now. So I just have a couple more rooms to go here. After this is the other really, really difficult quick kill to get, and I like to call it the shieldless Z kill, hopefully if I get it. If I take a hit, I lose the power-up, and I'm forced to pop the shield if that happens. Got pretty bad luck by these guys by getting hit there, but that's fine. There is a hidden power-up in the last room right before the boss. And now I'm going to be 100% quiet and focused. This is a very scary quick kill to get. Again, I take a hit. I am forced to do other things. Oh, okay, that's fine. So I took a hit. Oh, that's not fine though. Alright, so unfortunately I took a hit, so I am gonna have to keep him at bay here. You see the ceilings caving down? I am trying to shoot at this little hole in the wall in order to stop the ceiling from caving in on Naoko. That is my wife-to-be. She was taken hostage by him. And time is now. Time is when I lose control there and the lock pops off. So, I mean, I probably should have popped the shield there. I was playing a little bit dangerously. You saw how much damage I actually took from just one hit after I lost the power-up. When you have the power-up and you get hit, you don't take damage, but you lose the power-up. After that, you actually take damage, and you can see how much damage, even at a higher life pool, which was increased over the course of that run, you still take more than enough damage to be one hit killed by a lot of things with just the default level health that you start the run with. So, yeah, that's a pretty short run. That was Revenge of Shinobi. 1445 is not too bad, actually, especially considering the considering the mistakes I made there. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And before I pass it off to Faust, who is going to be doing a no kunai % run for Shinobi 3. We do have a Discord now for Shinobi, for the older Shinobi games. It's not active really right now, too much, but yeah, we have been sharing some things. And I also want to make a couple of quick shout outs to both fellow Busterman, who is who has been considered the best runner of this game and has ran it for a very long time, as well as an equally good runner that he's been sort of in and out with the community. He went by the name Baze86. Some of you may recognize that name. He briefly came back for a little bit and actually was the very guy who found out about the Truck 2 cycle. And when that was discovered, I immediately had to inject that into the run. So, you know, quite a bit of the strats really are thanks to him, as well as Busterman. So, I mean, if either of them are watching, you know, big shout-outs to you. Right? So, I'm going to sign off there. Thanks for watching, and good luck to Faust.
Thank you so much. You did everything that I was going to do. So, stay tuned for Shinobi 3 by Faust.